Hello, everybody. Welcome to the We3Kingz Podcast. I am your host, Pharaoh, and we have Black Summer,
Yep.
Shrunk Dragonfly, and Pissed Off Mike.
Yeah, I'm here, bro. What's up? That shit was tragic.
So, I'm pretty sure y'all read the description, you see in the thumbnail and all of that. Know that this is pretty much going to be about talking about the new hit TV show off of HBO Max, Velma.
Hey, I started yelling at my shit.
Now, I don't know who want to go first. I don't know if we want to save Mike's anger for last or what have you, but
Get this shit
I'm just gonna ask generally, what do y'all think about it?
that nigga get that shit off his
Why?
chest.
What is the purpose? Like, what was the point? Why? Just why? Everything's all over the place.
Oh God, I 10 out of 10.
Wait.
Now, hold on, Steve. You gotta elaborate. I need you to elaborate, Mike, when you say all over the place.
Okay, look.
You
Okay,
know,
it's a bit further back. I would say probably than like most like normal Scooby Doo shows. So like this is before the gang get together basically. Like when they were in high school, like probably I'm guessing more than likely full time. So a lot of the things going on in the series is like so it follows Velma. She's the main protagonist. Man, oh my lord. It doesn't so in some ways you got to kind of lower your expectations. First off, let's get the first point, like the first scene with the cockroaches, with the shower in the shower room, bro. Oh, it's so much. Hey, hold on, I'll let y'all go first. So somebody else go first, bro.
I mean, you could take it one at a time. You know, shower
no,
scene.
bro,
You know,
just I'm gonna let y'all go first, and then I'll go afterwards, cause that.
Alright, fuck it. See, there's no point in talking about scenes of the show because that shit doesn't really matter, in my opinion, in terms of the overall shit. And overall, the show itself is bad, and it's bad because of what the show was supposed to fucking be, right? The show is supposed to be about essentially the characters from the original Scooby Doo. And the issue with the fucking show is that we grew up on like 2-3 different kind of Scooby Doo, so we have a nostalgic feel to it. And with that being said, the show makes fun of that nostalgic feel, and they try to add some adult like spin to it. And like it's the adult comedy of those of maybe like 18 years old, because we all like mid-20s, late-20s.
nah, it's the adult comedy of 12-year-olds when niggas wanted to watch Family Guy back in the day.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know?
like, like I get some of it, right? It's okay. So you got shit like South Park and Family Guy that has a lot of sex jokes, right? But like it's like nothing but sex jokes. Like the shit is not good TV.
The problem is it's trying to do meta humor, but it's just such a bland show. It cannot hit those notes to dive into meta humor. And even if they did, let's say they did hit those meta humor jokes, you do it too often for it to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like there's no substance here. It's just a run-of-the-mill adult animated show that is using a pre-established name and a big-ass budget to get views.
Jesus.
Like it goes back to Warner Bros. Discovery being absolutely terrible. That merger was fucking trash. It was tragic, but like certain shows got the boot, but this show didn't. The only way I can think about it not getting the show is because it's so generic and so cheap. The business suits were like, yeah, go ahead and put it on. So that's basically it. This Velma show is so bad just because of how generic and how far it goes away from what the series is supposed to be.
So after we say that about Velma, right? What could the show do for it to keep its adult thing but not be well what it is now?
Get a whole new writing team that actually knows how to tell jokes. They can start with that.
So is y'all issue with the content of the show or like the comedic?
The styling of the show is not bad. I have no problem with the styling of the show. It actually, yeah, it boils down to the cringy trying to do meta humor comedy, but we can't do it for whatever reason.
My biggest issue is it's the direction, bro. Like, okay, a lot of things have shifted and changed. Like as you're setting the story up, and I don't even know if this is true or not. Like, so Daphne has two moms. Velma's dad, that nigga's a lost cause. I can tell you that right now. And then Fred is like, I kind of had an idea of what they were gonna put. Like, as you're watching it, you'll notice you can kind of, if you've watched enough adult animated cartoons, you can start to pick out the stereotypes of the characters. Like Fred, like just through these first two episodes has shown that he's very pampered, very basically. It's to the point that he can't even cut a steak with a knife, like with a knife and fork. Like he's so baby that it's impossible. Like you
Yeah, it's like he's basically an extreme version of them saying how most white men are just have like all the push in the world, basically. That's kind of like the commentary on it.
I think for me, I would if they dial back the jabs on like current events, like you said earlier, just being meta, they dial that down a bit and focus more on what direction they're taking this. It could be good. It may not be like, I don't know. It may not be top five things I would probably watch within like the next couple of weeks favorites or anything, but I feel like it can be at least passing if they dial back the meta humor and just focus on more with the character development instead of just taking these weird unnecessary jabs. So if they just dial that back a little bit and focus more on the writing, it could be passable. That much I can say.
This is just a lot.
Yeah, they probably could dial it back, because maybe like if they dial it back, and they can be like, oh, that was our whole plan the whole time, just to push in your face how unlikable all these people are, and then we dial it back and we
yesterday we talked about
mold everything back together.
Yeah, I know one thing that needs to slow down. The sex jokes guy, they got to tone that shit. Like I know they wanted to make an adult show, but they need to tone that from dial it down from 10 to like 6, maybe even 4. Honestly, the way the first 2 episodes like went through, it's way too much. Like it plays off it so much, you'll start to get sick of it after a while. Like you listen to, you like, oh, I know this is coming.
I think that's a problem for a lot of people because of the fact that it's Scooby-Doo, and it's kind of like weird that you do like a kid's cartoon and try to, I guess, raise it up to a more adult status. But I mean, it'll be just as weird if they came out with like another season of Powderpuff Girls and it kind of did the same thing there. You'd be like, okay, that's a little bit unnecessary, versus something like already out there, like South Park, which it stuck to what it was. It didn't try to elevate itself up off of like a previous well-loved show. So I think that's why a lot of people feel a little bit disgusted in a sense.
Was I mean, when you said Powerpuff Girls, you talking about the anime or the reboot?
Cartoon, like the original one we grew up watching.
No, I mean, so you're talking about the original one and not the reboot that came out later.
Came out later. I mean, even that, like if they tried to make that one more adult, like they're doing with Scooby Doo, it would kind of rub off the people kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I don't have a problem of them making Scooby Doo more adult.
When I say more adult, I mean like, you know, with the sex jokes and all of that stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm fine with it. It's just that, like everyone here pretty much agreed, they just need to find that happy medium.
Yeah, I mean, they still have plenty of time. Like, I know it's only been, what is it? Yeah, like 2 episodes out. So, I mean, they still... Oh,
4 episodes out. It just came out today. As of the 19th.
I don't know how long this first season's going to be. It's probably going to be like either 8 or 12. But if it's not too bad and people give them a chance to, you know, do a second season, if they already got that sign-off to do a second season, I still think if they work on it a little bit and actually take the feedback from people, like, and that's another thing I feel like a lot of companies need to get back into that they don't do anymore, is they need to at least try to listen to the reasonable critics the general public has to work on it. I really feel like that can help them out. But, yeah.
I mean, I guess the problem is that it's probably, you can say it's harder because everybody can talk about it. You know, shit we're talking about right now, but so I guess it's hard for certain people to just let certain things go if they see something about it online. Because that's pretty much what's getting pushed. Like, if you see anything on YouTube, it's all about how terrible it is. You'd probably be hard pressed to find a actual criticism of the show.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess that just depends on how you look at it.
Yeah, that's true. I really do. I think for me, I want to believe. I don't know if this is something that they plan to do on purpose, but I really do want to believe they took that approach of any publicity is good publicity approach. That I'm not necessarily on purpose, but they prepped themselves in a way for this to happen, so it could get that attention. And I'm hoping as the episodes go along, it kind of cleans itself up.
Okay.
In a way, I know there's certain shows that have done that before in the past. I mean, just recently, I know a lot of people were, well, it wasn't as bad as this, but I know a lot of people were saying the same thing when that 70s show did the reboot with the kids and stuff. When that first started coming out, they was kind of saying the same thing with that. So,
Nah, I ain't get to see the that one.
yeah.
I mean, for me, like I feel like, okay, part of it, like, you know, they're dialing back the sex. If they can dial back the like weird humor, like, okay, I give you an example of one of the scenes in the first episode, and me and I've has seen like part of that in the second one. One kid got his leg cut off from Fred throwing what was it, like a trash can lid or a?
It was it was a you know, in math you got those. It's not math, but like I guess like a woodworking class or like a technology class or whatever, where they have these like little paper cutting things. Like it's just a weird ass block where you would just, you know, cut paper.
I don't even remember what it is, but I do know that he cut the kid's leg off. Now I know it's supposed to be funny, Scooby Doo's supposed to be about jokes.
Nah, that shit was hilarious.
Oh,
I'll say it
it
right now. That
was,
shit was
but
hilarious to
at the
me.
same time, it still is a show. Like it's supposed to have some form of like reality to it. Like that kid just got his leg cut off, and there's no where's the human reaction to it? I know it's like a cartoon, but like no medical staff, no teachers, no.
I mean, but does it have to have that though?
See, that's the thing.
Like, does it have to have that layer of reality?
I mean,
because I mean, in some sense, it kind of did. Because as we saw the second episode, he got his leg reattached. I feel like it was within that time frame where he could do it, and it wouldn't cause no problems.
Again, but as we know, like a realistic part of that situation would have been cameras in the school catching that, and then seeing Fred cut a nigga whole leg off would have incited a bit more. That probably would have helped out towards the end of the second episode in terms of like the trial. Don't get me started
to me,
on Fred getting shot in both his kneecaps and still being able to walk. Like I know you can, but like at the same time, like he was fine later on in the episode, especially in the second one. But it's a cartoon. I know a lot of people probably don't know duh, Mike, it's a cartoon. I know you've seen Bugs Bunny and DC, Looney Tunes and stuff like that. I'm like, okay. But like even the old Scooby Doo didn't. I mean, it had some moments with Scooby and them did some like crazy stuff, but it didn't. Not this. This just it felt like it was too much, especially like them trying to be more mature, more adult themed. But it didn't. It seemed like they didn't push it towards more adult themes. Like they wanted to keep cartoons so much. And I feel like it'll take you out of it, but at the same time, younger folks probably gonna enjoy it. Yeah, maybe some older folks around my age will enjoy it, but I'm probably just getting old. That's all that is. Somebody else go there.
I guess I feel like that particular instance was fine, and I guess we're gonna reiterate once again that maybe they just dialing it up to 10 now. And probably gonna turn it down later. All we gotta do is just wait and find out. That's all we can do.
All right, Steve, man, you been in the corner quiet, bro. What you got to add, man? I ain't heard nothing from you in a minute. Hello? Oh Lord.
Yeah, I really ain't got nothing to say about it. I kind of said everything I had to say yesterday.
But that's why I said we had to wait. Or we could have recorded then, but hey.
Or Tamel could have got him sooner. So when you would tweet. No,
see.
Well, the point I was making yesterday about the Velma and shit, that 90s show and all this other stuff, these companies are playing off of nostalgia. That's not what. That is like. So some people say they want to be spinoffs, right? But they're not. They're playing off the name of where the shit comes from. Like, so that 70s show is shit that we grew up on. Scooby-Doo shit we grew up on. But it's not catered to us. It's catered towards a newer generation. Like, they have, what was it? Bluey. Bluey, right? So with Bluey, that's catered towards kids now, but every generation has had their iconic blue dog. Like we had, Blue from Blue's Clues, and that little blue thing. I think from what Looney Tunes. I can't remember what the fuck the show was, but everyone's had their iconic blue. But what these companies are doing, Disney specifically, are playing off of what we grew up on, but it's not catered towards us. It's catered to a newer generation. But the newer generation don't care nothing about what we grew up to watch. And the reason why we hate this stuff is because I realized it earlier when Tamel sent me something, is when you play off nostalgia, it puts you back into a time in which your life was simple, unless you had like a shitty childhood. So when your life was simple, you were a kid, you could just enjoy life. Nostalgia puts you back in that emotion, that feeling. but you get these nostalgic shows that don't bring that feel to you because they're just using it for namesake. You're thinking, oh, okay, we're gonna have some type of homage paid towards us growing up. Nope. Then you see shit like this come out, and then your target audience doesn't give a fuck about it, and then you wonder why you got such a bad show with bad ratings. This show might last 2 seasons. If we're being honest.
It might do 1 or 2. It just depends because it
I,
is Time Warner Discovery.
I
They
think
might
it,
ask that bitch in the halfway point.
I
For
think
all
it,
we
I,
know.
I think the first season you have people who just gonna watch it just for the sake of like seeing what the show is, so they might garner more like ratings. But I don't think they're gonna make it past a season 2. Like I talked about yesterday, Harley Quinn is a good example of how you can incorporate that type of style of cartoon, but still keep it funny.
Hey, but Steve, now I want to add on to that in a little bit of way. I would say in terms of Harley Quinn, I think her if you follow her comic book, she has like an expansive gallery. But Scooby Doo already kind of had his own image before this show came out. Like Harley, her image, I wouldn't say wouldn't be as big as like Scooby Doo before this came out. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go back maybe 10 years, 15 years, the ones that we grew up on, even the ones probably a little bit before us, I would say had they had they had a lot of Scooby Doo's. Harley she just got her TV show. I'm talking about just got it. That's what like maybe 3 years old, maybe 2 or 3 years now it's been out. So like Scooby Doo has so much more like of a
I mean,
library, like more time. It's been out there more. Not
She may have just got
not in like total like history, but I mean as in like the depictions. There's more depictions of Scooby Doo in series of Scooby Doo than
yeah, Harley Mike, but Harley Quinn may have just got her own individual show, but Harley Quinn's been a character in identity for what years now, decades.
But
So
she
not
also
like
I would also like I'm saying as in like they can kind of expand in a certain way. Like Scooby Doo, it's still Scooby Doo, even though like they say Velma and it takes place before all that, and this is a prequel and all this other stuff that they got going on.
when companies say shit like that, that just allows for bad writing.
Yeah, but I mean, I do
That just
I do see where
allows for bad.
Tamel and Amp are like saying, you know, maybe they can pull it together or pull it together at some point, but I don't think they will because I'm betting that they're gonna keep this same momentum that they got now, and it might get worse. I ain't gonna lie to you.
But,
I ain't seen 3 and 4 yet. Those just dropped today, right?
but
Yep.
full solution to don't like it, don't watch it. That's really what this shit come down to.
Pretty much.
Ain't no point in bitching about it. You ain't gonna watch after a certain point.
Actually, I might. You know what? I know I was upset earlier, but I think I'm gonna try to tough it out. Maybe we might have part 2 to this one. I don't know.
Exactly why they continue to make shows like this. Oh, I'm gonna tough it out. If you don't like the shit, don't watch it.
I mean, I see what you're saying, Steve, and I kind of agree with that sentiment for normal people. But if we're getting on this podcast to talk about something, we kind of gotta watch certain things. It's kind of that catch-22.
Yes, I get that aspect, but if you're not watching it for research, that's a completely different reason to watch something. Because if you're not watching it for the research aspect, you're watching it for your entertainment. It's the same conversation that me and my
I was watching it for research. That shit is trash.
Yeah, no, that's what he's saying. Is like if you watch it for research, of course you're gonna finish it out. But if it's impeding with your fun factor, just drop it.
It's like the same conversation I had with Mike when we were talking about Jack Bill, and he was complaining about 2K, right? You can't complain about something that you're actively a part of. Mm-hmm. If you're saying that they're doing this and fucking up that, but you're actively playing and interacting with it. You're a part of the same thing. You're a part of the same thing in which you're complaining about. You can't complain about gas and then drive a V8, then drive a diesel truck.
That's facts.
But for us, it's different because it's for like research projects. Now, if you're watching it for like research, that's different. We're watching it solely for your entertainment. That's why companies like this keep making shows like that. Because if you're going to watch through the season, guess what? Like it or not, you gave them their views, their watch time, their ads. They're getting paid to watch it.
That's actually kind of terrifying, Steve. Man, you know they just shitting out products just to shit them out, bro. That's tough.
It's the company's main goal is to make money and stay afloat.
But like selling the brand out, that's tough.
But for a consumer aspect, if you don't like the show, just don't watch it. That's really what it comes down to, truly.
Yep. All right.
I don't like it, so I ain't gonna, if I have to watch it for like us to talk more about it, then I'll watch it. But other than that, I ain't gonna watch it.
Damn, Steve.
It's not good. I won't give myself a goddamn headache trying to watch it.
I think it's a tragedy. That's what I think it is. There's so many other directions they could have went, bro. I don't think this was the answer. But hey, you don't get what you want, right? Not all the time.
Yeah, well,
I think that it's necessarily a tragedy. I think depending on what your expectations were, would set you up or make you fall. And you expect it to be like Scooby Doo, then yeah. But you expect it to be like Big Mouth, then you'll be alright.
Bars.
yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, since we pretty much don't have anything else to talk about Velma, this is pretty much the only thing we're gonna talk about. At least for this one, we got another one coming out. We got another pod coming out before this or after it, whichever. You know, since that, do we have any final thoughts, questions, comments, concerns?
I guess for me, pretty much picking back over what Black Summer said, which was basically, you don't like it, don't watch it. But if it's for content research purposes, I mean, go for it. I mean, I pretty much, I watched a little bit of it, didn't really like it. Outside of having to watch it for content purposes, I don't think it's gonna really pop off as much as they think it will. Maybe the writing will change and my point of view will change, but for right now, yeah, man. Best of luck to him.
Best of luck to him indeed.
Stop doing stupid shit like this.
Huh?
Yeah, you kind of cut out what you say.
I said, fuck that. I hope they shit fail.
Okay.
Well, all right, man. You know what to do, Mike, man. Go ahead and send them
man,
off.
Just, do all the stuff you other YouTubers tell y'all to do. Like, subscribe, comment, talk. Please, leave some comments for us, bro. How you feel about it? Is this it? Is this the future of entertainment? Is this what it's leading to? Like, is this the road we going down? Like, what is life? You know? Or are we just getting old? That could be it. We all could just be getting old, bro.
Good indeed. Well,
Yeah, he definitely.
that's it. So we'll catch y'all later. Y'all have a good one.